So I told y'all it was coming. We're gonna do a review. Tell y'all about this girl right here. We're gonna talk about her. So we're gonna get right to it. Give y'all a review about my old girl here. I got her back in March. Bought her at Lower Power Sports in Alexandria, Louisiana. Y'all hit them up. Super nice people to deal with. I know these times it's hard to get boats, but they always get them in stock. So hit them up. Super awesome people. Lower Power Sports, Alexandria, Louisiana. Check them out. First off, let's talk colors. So these colors are like a silver with a red flake in it, and the other's just the silver. It really pops in the sunlight. I would drag it out there today, but it's really cloudy and it looks like it's about to rain, so we're just gonna kind of do this inside. If the lighting's terrible, I'm sorry. But it's like a silver with a red flake in it, with the silver and the black pinstripes. It looks super fantastic in the sunlight. But you can get any color option you want to. You just hit Phoenix up. If you order one, you order it through a dealership, they'll make it to the specifications that you want it. They're super legit. Their customer service is really awesome too at Phoenix Boats. I've actually had an issue right after I bought mine and had it fixed within a matter of days. I even had a tournament coming up and they got it done for me in time for me to be able to go to that. So super awesome customer service, so hit them up. Let's get to it. Of course, you got the old rod locker. It did have the tubes in the front, but I actually took the tubes out because it makes it a lot easier to get your rods in and out. It's super easy to take out. It was like 2 screws and it comes right out. So if I ever sold the boat and needed to put them back in, it would be nothing to it. I just took them out and stored them away. So the good old rod locker, the weapons of destruction. Probably more destructive in some other people's hands, but that's besides the point. So you get that good old rod locker. Next, you got 2 big storages in the front. This is the first one. I keep my swim baits, spinner baits, buzz baits, flukes. Keep those up here. Not a lot of weight, so I put those up here. That's the very first one up here. Next, this is where I keep a lot of my soft plastics. There's the hookup for my live scope, but I keep a lot of my soft plastics in there, 6-cent bags. If you don't have soft plastic 6-cent bags, you're missing out because they're legit. You can order them off 6 cents. Check it out. But of course you got your running lights and all that in here too. Throw, good old throw. Yeah, you don't got those old GW roll up on you, you're gonna get serious. So that's my rock. That's where I keep all my soft plastics. Super awesome storage. I'm telling you, there's more storage in this boat than I can shake a stick at. Next, I want to talk about these right here. If you are a Phoenix owner, you can order these seat pedestals from Drew Craft. That's where I ordered those from. I found them. Y'all, those things are legit. Got the little Phoenix decals. I don't like fishing with seats in my boat, so you don't want stuff to get down in there. Those things are awesome. Check them out. Drew Craft. They have other stuff too, but you cannot beat that. So check it out. Check it out. Trufuses. Let's talk trufuses for a minute. Shallow water anchors are legit in shallow water, especially if you are bed fishing. But that spot lock, y'all, that's a whole nother monster. If you ain't got spot lock, if you ever got it, you wouldn't ever live without it. Because I'm gonna tell you, you hit that button, if you catch a fish and you need to put it in the live well, you hit that button, you ain't gotta worry about drifting off into the trees, drifting off on the bank. It is legit. So if you don't have one, you ought to check them out, especially if you're looking for a new boat. Make sure that it has that bad boy on it. I know Garmin's got them now, Lowrance has them. The trolling motor market is actually exploding right now. So I guess it's whatever your preference is, but as long as it's got that little lock button on there, you can't go wrong. So let's continue. All right. So next, woo, there is all kind of stuff in there. Now I know you probably can't tell from this video how much stuff is actually in there, but I will tell you it is a lot. Sometimes the hardest thing is figuring out what you're going to fish with. Sad part about it is 9 times out of 10 I'm usually wrong, but you have plenty of storage option. I know that the 920s are a little different. 721 ProXP set up a little different, but I love the way it's set up, so that's awesome. So check it out. Plenty of storage space. Got your little whatever you're using throughout the day. If you want to tie something without putting it up, put them old bad boys in there. Crankbaits, spinner baits, buzz baits, soft plastics that they're tearing up. You can clip them right there, get to them fast. And of course, let's shut this. But ladies and gentlemen, the ease of that right there, the measuring board, stows nicely away right there in that little slot, so it always stays out your way, but it is also easy to get to. Awesomeness right there. Next, we have all these little fun compartments here. So you got this compartment here, keep all my different dyes, good old reel oil, a little miscellaneous stuff. Keep that in that little compartment. This compartment as well, I actually took the little tray out. It's where I keep my G-juice, extra fishing line, different things like that, so that's easy to get to. And of course you got your cooler, got the little shelf right there. You can put your little sandwich on, your little sandwich spot. Sandwiches. It's where you keep all your terminal stuff, or excuse me, this is where you keep all your pliers, scissors. They're easy to get to, they're not in the way that you'll trip over them, but they're easy to get to when you sit down to tie something on, so you can't go wrong with that. I like how that's set up because it's not in the way. The Ranger I had, it kind of sat out from under the console a little bit. So if you got a little spunky and decide to jump out, yeah, it get interesting. Now, this is the spare rod locker. If I can get it open. You can put your rods in there for your good old co-angler. They can put their stuff in there if you're going on a trip with a buddy. If you're going on a trip with a buddy somewhere and y'all got to stay somewhere overnight, they keep their stuff in there locked up. So I do like that. So you got the extra little place where you put your rods. And of course, when you're fishing, you don't have to keep digging them out. You can just lay them up here and put them nicely in their little design spots. Yeah. So I love how the front's set up. Plenty of room. So I can't go wrong with that. It helps to be able to fish comfortably, and with that much deck space, can't beat that. If you're new to Phoenix, I'm gonna tell y'all this right here. If you'll see this little compartment in the floor, oh y'all, that compartment right there is so awesome. I love it. So what you do, let me get down here. You raise that little thing up right there, ladies and gentlemen, and boom, there is your net. What? Shut the front door. I know it. Net right there, y'all. Boom, out the way. So with Phoenix, they designed this perfectly for somebody who fishes a lot of tournaments. That net being stored under there is an awesome, it's probably one of the best ideas ever come up with. The Ranger that I had the hole, so all you could shove in there was the handle, so the net just stayed in the floor. It gets really tricky when you're trying to go from front deck to moving to a new spot and get hung up in the net. Kudos to you, Phoenix, for this awesome design. You won't go wrong. It's super amazing. Check it out. That net being under there makes all the difference in the world, because you ain't trying to fight to get it. If you're fishing with a co-angler, y'all fishing a tournament, you say get the net, it's super easy to get out, but in most cases some people will already have them out, but it's easy to put up if you're moving spots. It's out of the way. It's not, you know, an inconvenience to get it out because it's easy to get out. So check it out. I'm gonna tell you, that right there is worth its weight in gold. Onward. We have these super awesome seats that Phoenix designed. I know they redid it. This is a 2021 model. I think that they have changed the seat model on the 2022s, but you'll have to check because they're always innovating and changing things. So check it out. It may be the same, it may not be the same, but I know on this 2021 model, they're comfortable enough for me. I'm a big youngin', so I fill that thing up nicely with my gigantic rear end. So there you go. Got the silver, the dark gray, got the black Phoenix emblem. They are delicious, aren't they? I know it. On to the console. So I got the Garmin. This is the Eco Map. It's the 9-inch screen. Got my gauges. If you'll see that little joy right there, that's where I put my good old cell phone, little magnet, so I can click it up there. You got all your gauges. They're easy to operate, they're labeled. It makes life easier. I much prefer the switches versus the push buttons. Push buttons will fail you. These will not. If they do, there's a fuse, you can fix it. So that in itself is awesome. But the reason that I have this here is because I have the Mercury View Mobile, so I can monitor what's going on with my motor. If you don't have that, it's a lot cheaper than buying the one that they actually install into the motor. This one you just clip in there. Check it out, it's super easy to do. I did it, you can do it, but it helps you keep up with your hours. If anything's wrong with your motor, it'll send you a code to give to your dealer. So it's awesome to have just to keep up with stuff. So check that out as well. It's Mercury View Mobile. Onward. Next up, we have the amazing center console where you keep your junk. As in junk, miscellaneous stuff. I got coal bars in there, extra pliers, fire extinguisher of course. So if I catch a blaze, it's easy to get to. It's right here beside me, and I can snap that girl out and get to work. But just different stuff you can keep in there. You got your cup holders, extra places to put tools. You got your slots there for some more tools. I'm gonna tell you, there's tool spots everywhere on this boat. You can't go wrong. But there's different type steps. This is the step that came on my model, but you can buy others. There's one that's got the latch up here. You can latch it up and it pops up. You can slam it down and it shuts and locks itself. Mine's just got the little old snap there. So we'll go move on to the back, show you everything in the back. So moving on, you have a compartment there, your live wells, your other compartment, and of course the back battery hole. I will show you all that in just a second. but the live wells are nice and large. You got your little plugs. You can haul some Big Daddy fish in there. One of these days I'll put one in there. But the live wells have really good storage space. You got two of them, they're separated. That way you can actually control both sides. If you're only using one side, you only got to run one side. The back compartments are good size. This side I keep my life jackets in because it's right behind the driver's chair, so they're easy to get out. When I launch my boat, I just yank it out and onward I go. Next, another compartment. I leave that one open for co-anglers if they want to put anything in there. So I usually keep this one pretty empty. But if I wanted to put some stuff back there, I could. So the storage compartments are really big, and it helps when you have a lot of storage because you think you got to have everything in the world, so you pack it in here. That's what I do. Can't help it. I guess that's just how it is. Now to the back. Boom. Mercury 250, the ProXP V8 4-stroketh. And I will tell y'all, I have had Evinrude. I have had the Mercury Optimax, the Yamaha Show, the Evinrude G2. I've had a Johnson 150. Boom. That girl right there, she nasty. She is fast. She's quiet. But when you crank that thing up, it sounds like a Corvette. It sounds so good. But four strokes the way to go. Dealing with 2-stroke oil is a pain in the rear end. I can't stand it. Having to keep up with all that, I'd rather just keep up with the gas. It's much easier that way. But Mercury 4-stroke, ProXP 250, it's devastating. Power poles. We got 2 power poles, both sides. Of course, you know, some people put one on there. I like to be able to put them down and sit in one spot. I don't like spinning in circles. So if you lock up on a bed fish on the bed, you're not going to move once you put them down. It'll snugly place you into the old ground, and boom, you're there. Modifications are a thing that you can do yourself. Most of your dealerships will do them for you, but one that I did add myself, I should say two. I know that Phoenix, you can actually order those set of steps. I actually got these from Boat EFX, or if you would like to call it, Boat Effects. But I bought those myself, installed them myself. It's easy. I know that you can order the boat steps. They will actually weld them on for you at the Phoenix place. But mine did not come with that option. So I did the next best thing, bought my own. Installed it, it's easy. Makes getting in and out of your boat easy. Especially if you're an older person, climbing in and out of them may be difficult. You cannot go wrong with these. They are super steady, especially for someone of my size, because I'm a big boy. The next thing that I added was the Drodo boat latch. If you don't know anything about the Drodo boat latch, go check it out, because I'm going to tell y'all, it is a lifesaver if you are loading and unloading your boat by yourself a lot. Y'all, that thing, it is phenomenal. I actually added this. This is a old trolling motor latch that I had. So when you unload your boat, everything's unhooked. You hit that latch and it will let your boat go. When you go to load it up by yourself, you just drive it up on there, got it in there till it clicks. You don't have to worry about running up to the front, strapping the strap on and tighten it up. Y'all, this thing does it for you. It is amazing. Check it out. It's worth every penny. If you fish a lot by yourself, they have them for different brands. This one, I finally decided what size that it would fit on mine. I got it, had to add some extra washers, but y'all, it is fantastic. You've got to check it out, especially if you fish by yourself a lot. If you fish by yourself a lot, it makes it that much easier. You can load and unload by yourself. You don't have to worry about somebody coming up, latching you, or, you know, when you go to unload it, if some people that fish in these super cold areas where your boat trailer will freeze and you don't want your boat to slide off, once you get that bad boy in the water, you just flip that little switch up, you guide right off. Another thing that I added to it was Boat Logix. I added this Boat Logix mount myself. They are phenomenal. Graph. So Boat Logix has some very fantastic accessories that you can get, but y'all, that thing right there, it's a monster. Mounts on both sides of your trolling motor, but it is stable, sturdy, and that thing is intense. Just the thickness on the metal. Look how thick that thing is. But you want to make sure with your investments that they don't go flying off. Make sure they're tight, because I have had some in the past that said they were good, and you hit one good wake and them things will be laid over, touching everything else, or just bounce off. So you don't want that to happen. So I ordered those from Boat Logix. They have different sizes. They'll actually match the graphs that you have. You just tell them what size graph you have, which one you're going to have on the top, which one you're going to have on the bottom, and they will send it to you to give you instructions how to hook it up. So phenomenal piece of equipment there. A must have if you run more than one graph in the front. Of course, we got the vibration nut. Oh yeah. You can order those things. Helps with the vibration of your prop. They're legit as well. Check them out. I know G-Man sells them. I forget. They're easy to look up. Sorry. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. The review of the Phoenix 721 Pro XP. If you're in the market for a boat, check out Phoenix. They are phenomenal. Their customer service is phenomenal. They will be able to set up whatever you want. If there's different colors you like, you can order one to your specifications. So I highly urge you to check them out. I've had Ranger, I've had Triton. You know, you cannot go wrong with this boat. It's probably one of my most favorites that I've ever owned. Drives good, fishes great, set up perfect for people who fish a lot of tournaments. So if you're in the market for one, I strongly urge you. Bought this one at Lower Power Sports in Alexandria, Louisiana. Awesome group of people, super nice. If there's anything that I needed, they've always been quick to help me out. So I urge y'all, if you're in this area, check them out. So the real reason that we are here is to promote God and what He does for us, and Him sending His Son Christ to die on the cross so that we might be saved. So today's Bible verse that we're going to talk about is Proverbs 13:20. Proverbs 13:20. Walk with the wise and become wise. Associate with fools and get in trouble. Be careful who you surround yourself with. You know, you've heard it said that your older people are the wise ones. Do you know why they are wise? Because they have already been through most of the stuff that we face every day. So, you know, spend time with people who do good things, who talk about things that are pure, right. Don't hang around people who will lead you astray. The devil puts people in our paths to cause us to trip. So always be sure who you hang around with, because you don't want to be associated with somebody who's trying to get you into trouble, or someone who's trying to lead you astray to get you off of God's path. Always surround yourself with people who have the same goals, the same ambitions, the same things that you want in life, you know, to love God, to love your family, to always show your Christ-like attitude and be a light in this dark world. So make sure you surround yourself with the right people. Always be sure to do that. There's so many times that people will try to get us to do things just to try to diminish or destroy our Christian walk. But you know, we serve a merciful and gracious God that even if we do trip up, He still loves us. He's still always there to pick us up when we fall. But we always got to remember to turn back to Him. Don't ever just walk astray and think things are going to get better when they're not. Because if you keep your eyes focused on God, He's going to keep you focused. So remember, this is not about me. We talk about, you know, the real meaning of living. The real reason that we're here is to love God, love others, and to help those who need it. So remember, like, comment, subscribe. Hit that notification bell. You do not want to miss anything, because you might be sad if somebody comes around, hey, did you see that video the other day? Do you remember what he talked about? You missed it. Hit that notification bell. Subscribe. There's a lot of people that watch these videos who aren't subscribed. You got to subscribe. We got to make this thing grow. We got to get to those who need to hear it. Those who need help. Those who need love. I just get to do it by combining faith with fishing, to try to be able to attract those in who may not know God. I thank y'all so much for watching these videos. I can't express that enough. I love y'all. I truly do. I thank y'all, and God bless.